Pie in the Sky Media. This series contains adult language and descriptions of graphic violence throughout. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, all right. 3, 2, 1. Live. Welcome back, Criminal Mischief Nation. Another episode of Criminal Mischief with Carolyn and Brandon. Congratulations to the U.S. team for getting as far as you did. It's heartbreaking, but Belgium proved a worthy foe. And one of my best friends in the world is a crazy lunatic carny from Brussels. And wherever he is in a great mood tonight. So
that's great. I'm glad you're thinking of the positive. Good.
Yeah, he was torn. He's like, my two favorite countries, my friend, are playing each other. Yeah. But so hey, we did great. It's great for the sport. It's great for the sport in the United States. So it's well done, boys. Well done. We'll get them next time. 4 years from now.
Look at you. You're like a freaking soccer fan.
I became a soccer fan. Just like I became a curling fan during the Winter Olympics. I won't like soccer tomorrow, but today,
what do you think let's dissect this. What do you think that is? Is it like you like the rush of, because you're watching it from your house, right? You're not in a bar watching it.
It's right from the house. Yeah. I like it. You know, one of the first times that I was ever really enchanted by media was it was the year 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Right at the end, late December 2000.
Mm-hmm.
And forget about all that Y2K scares and fears and all that. A lot of the major news networks did some great stuff, like looking back over the last century. And the late great Peter Jennings, Channel 7, did like a 2-hour kind of news documentary hitting the big stories of the last whatever century. And it really made me feel like a citizen of the world, like watching this, because it was so immaculately produced, and Jennings was such a trustworthy guy. Like everybody trusted this guy, and and so I was sitting on the couch in my shitty little apartment. I was by myself, and I was like, "This is fucking great! Like I'm a part of humanity. This is awesome, you know." And
so this was in the early 90s,
the year 2000.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Like I've said several times, the year 2000.
Sorry.
When all the news outlets were doing these retrospectives at the end of that year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before the new year.
Well, here's the thing. I was grouping it with like Walter Cronkite stuff.
Yeah. This is back when it was Peter Jennings, it was Tom Brokaw, and it was
Ted Koppel.
Yes, those were like the big Ted Koppel. Yeah. Those were the big guys, right?
Yeah.
And I was normally a Brokaw guy. I was an NBC guy, but for whatever reason, my TV was on Channel 7, and there's Jennings, and he really fucking nailed it. It was great. So that's the feeling I get with the World Cup or with the Olympics. Like you feel like a citizen of the world, where all different cultures and all different people and they're all gathering for the same reason, and it was. And it's happening in the U.S. and really putting our best foot forward with all of the host cities and stuff are really availing themselves really well in terms of being a host, So I think it's been wildly successful, this tournament so far. So
I love that. I love that explanation. That's cool. Yeah.
I've been enjoying it. But let's get to the performance of your career. First of all, let me say that the performance of your career. I've forgotten how much I've missed your character work, because you haven't done some in a while. It's been a while since you've really, really played different roles, know, and seamless back and forth with like emotional stuff. We'll get to some of the more nuanced moments.
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
No, so this is a great story. This is a great story, and and there's some really terrific. Obviously,
so what is your history with it?
My history with it was, I think I wouldn't call it a graphic novel, but it was like a book with pictures, but not like a kid's book. Because I was like in high school, and we had a version of it where I guess it was
Yeah.
a graphic. I guess it was a graphic novel. Okay, and I
Yeah.
remember
I must have read it in high school too at the same time. Yeah.
yeah, I remember it being kind of like Victorian in nature, just with the illustrations. Um, and I
Hmm.
know we read it in the same course as we read The Most Dangerous Game. Remember that story? Where the guy falls off a
Oh
boat,
yeah, with the
rich
guy
dad,
with the
and he
hunting, the hunter.
gets hunted. Yeah, and he gets hunted.
Yeah, on the
Right.
island, and he's hunting
Yeah,
humans.
exactly.
Yes.
And and he wins
Yeah.
and feeds the guy to his dogs. I remember the last line of that book was that the dogs hadn't eaten that well in months.
Mm,
Like, oh my gosh, fed him to the
mm,
dogs.
mm,
So it was like
mm.
a series of like kind of really horror adjacent short stories. Um, and the same line that got me, 35 years ago, got me tonight. Early on when he says, I don't remember what his first two wishes were, but his last was for death. That's such a beautifully strong foreshadow, like really obvious foreshadow, but it's like, ooh, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Yeah. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, a really, really terrific story. Uh, and I remember Pet Cemetery. I didn't know that one inspired the other. I mean, it seems like a pretty straight line between the two. That was interesting. Just be careful what you wish for, kind of way. Um, but it's also like that. I forget. It's been bastardized so much probably over the centuries, but there's that story or that I guess a moral kind of fable about there's the farmer and he like I don't know like something like a wild horse shows up on his property and his neighbors go, wow, you're so lucky, and he goes, oh, we'll see. Next day his son is riding that wild horse trying to break it, and the son gets thrown and snaps his leg, and they go, oh gosh, terrible. He goes, oh, well, we'll see. Next day the conscripts come to take all the able fighting age men to war. Son can't go because his leg's broken. They go, oh my gosh, you're so lucky. He goes, oh, we'll see. Right, so you never really know
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
virtue of something, in the moment. Um, so that's also kind of thematically adjacent to this. But I think right at the end, it's a cautionary tale about greed and about shortcuts and about there's obviously a supernatural kind of element to it where you don't fuck with shit that you're not familiar with. Um,
Even if you were familiar with it, don't fuck
yeah,
with it.
and just the language is so rich. It reminds me of like Fenimore Cooper or some of these great American writers of like you know the the wild like interior. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and what always sticks with me was the first time when they described when he makes his wish that the paw moved in his hand. Like
Mm.
that always kind of freaked me out a little bit.
I mean, yeah, the whole thing of like, I don't know the power of it. It like, I don't know. I don't know if an audience, like teenagers now would have that same feeling about it, but like
Yeah,
I just remember it just sticking with me for some reason, like really like, because think about it. There's so many different paths that we can take.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like there's so many. I was thinking about it when I went on my jog today about the easy path. Like I remember when I was waiting tables, I worked at the same restaurant for like 4 or 5 years. And, at first, I was so grateful for the job. I was the worst waitress in the world, and I just wasn't going to give up because I needed the job really, really bad. Right.
yeah.
And I did it. But there was this guy that was probably like 10 or 15 years older. And he kept coming in to sit in my section. And, I mean, that's not anything unusual. Right. But this guy was like, really into me. Okay. I'm not saying it like he would put notes on my car, and it was clear that he was like a multimillionaire, you know, just everything that he was saying. And I was a struggling student and everything was so difficult. So like, I remember every month, it was like getting that money and giving cash, and every little bit of it was going to rent, and just like, thankfully I could eat there. And I mean, this isn't like, where are my violins? It was just the reality. So he put this note on my car, and he like wanted to date, and it was clear this guy wanted to like.
Were you single? Were you single?
I was like
looking for a sugar daddy because he was ready to be a sugar daddy.
He was ready. Okay, so to cut to the chase, he was he and I was like,
I like this guy's style.
I can't do this. I want to marry for love, and I don't. Okay. So hold on. So I had to reject him, right? So then it's this. Okay, I worked at the same restaurant for like years, right? So he would come in with another woman, and she was obviously, she looked like me. You know, they would sit in my section. I saw her have this huge rock. Okay. Yeah. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, because like the monkey's paw, this is the thing. Like, I could do the easy thing and just, okay, here's this dude, you know, he's just like wants to take me away, the Cinderella story, right?
Yep.
And then they got married. Then he continues bringing her in. She was pregnant. And then I saw the whole thing like unfold. And the whole time I was like, I knew that that's what this dude wanted. And I was like, I don't.
Yeah. I mean, well, hold on. You're right. So you're not saying he was a bad guy. He just wanted to get married and start a family.
He was a great guy. I just wasn't into, I didn't want that at that time. Like, I never had my first child until I was like 28 years old.
Right.
So like,
that's more of the story of Hercules. You know the story of Hercules, where his mom was like, "Yo, you're a demigod. You can have the easiest life in the world. Here's two paths. This path takes you right to the foot of Mount Olympus, and there's a seat waiting for you. Okay, fine. Mm-hmm. That's what you could have by virtue of your birth. You're entitled to that. Or there's this other path, and it curves, and you can't see beyond that first bend, but it's going to be extraordinarily difficult. You're going to have a really, really rough time. You're going to have super high highs and crushing lows. And when you get to the end, you're going to be a better person because you'll have lived the human experience, right? Mm-hmm. And so he gets to choose. And he chooses the harder path, you know? And
that's where it full circle, it comes to me. That was the monkey's paw, because making that choice of choosing ease and like would have been like a prison, but it would have been
sure. Well, here's what's interesting. There's a lot of ways to look at it, because I mean, yes, you could say that. You could say that's the easy path. You could also say, oh man, just fucking some money. Great, I'll just take some money. Fantastic. Like, that's awesome. I'm not asking for everything. I'm not asking to be president. I'm not asking for on my own island. I'll keep it modest, whatever, right?
And that's what happened in the monkey's paw, the 200 pounds.
But what was interesting about when I was taught this book in high school, I think I was a junior, I had this great teacher. And the lesson was fool the monkey's paw. Like, could you come up with a wish where the monkey's paw couldn't make it bad? Where it would they had no choice but to make it something that would be beneficial to you without any of the strings that, like, could you fool the monkey's paw? And so, and it was great, and it was very lively, and it was this and that. We had to write out these very specific wishes, like, and how to word it exactly so we couldn't get screwed by the monkey's paw.
I love it.
Yeah, it was great. And the teacher played the monkey's paw and said, well, I would just do it this way and you're screwed. Or I would do this, or maybe, but what about that? So it was a great way to learn the book. Just the I guess just, you know, whatever I'm searching for the word right now, but the functionality, the mechanism behind the monkey's paw, obviously it's inherently evil,
Mm-hmm.
because yes, it gives you what you want
Mm-hmm.
by giving, but like obviously there's consequences. There's no such thing as a free lunch, and it is horribly specific,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
especially with the kid returning. And that's what I remember from the graphic novel. The dad saying he's been gone 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't recognize him except for his clothing. Like he was fucking mangled. You don't know what's going to be showing up at the door, right? Because by that point, he understood how the monkey's paw function will give you exactly what you wish for with a bunch of strings attached. Okay.
I know.
And in the book, they only showed the 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 drawings, the illustrations, and the blocks of the feet of the kid approaching. Okay. You only saw the feet, and the shoes were mangled, and there were like strips of skin dragging, and you could see exposed shin bone and stuff. And you're like, this dude is fucked up. Mom's not gonna want to see this dude. Right? Like,
You know what's
what?
so funny? I'm so loving this is that you remember this 30 years.
Oh yeah. And here's the other thing that the teacher brought up. He said, and his opinion, not that the book's flawed, but that the book it isn't wrapped up at the end, because he obviously makes another wish on the monkey's paw, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the kid to go away. But what's the string attached? Like, what's the awful mechanism for which that wish is delivered? Like, where it's never revealed. Is it simply you don't get to see your son, and you were so close to maybe seeing him again, and that's removed? Is it that, or but that doesn't seem evil enough for something so fucking evil as the
I think
monkey
that
paw?
probably, if I had to make a guess, the wife was like, "You ruined my chance to be with my son."
Okay, so it could maybe cost him his marriage. Maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so that I mean that was a very interesting kind of take. Like it's open ended,
Mm-hmm.
because it had to be delivered in a yeah. You have to keep that all of those rules involved.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wonder what that was. But yeah,
Okay, so what would you wish for?
without fear of it being awful.
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't the monkey, if it was just like Aladdin's lamp, what would I wish for?
Well, even Aladdin's lamp, I think that gets screwed up too.
Well, but yeah, if you're like a 14-year-old poor kid and you dream of being rich, you might get caught up with it. But if you give it to like someone like us, I think we might make more sober decisions, and treat it.
Okay, what would you choose?
I would choose something for my kids. Like I would either choose for them to always be 6 and 4 years old, right? Maybe that, or I would choose for them something for their future, like. See, but then it's the Hercules thing. Like, I probably wouldn't choose for them to never have any problems, because then they'd never experience life. Maybe just health. I would choose for them to never. I would wish for them to never have any health problems.
You know what? Here's the thing. Vampire Lestat. Remember? Did you read that series?
Absolutely.
And I love that too. And the little girl, she was upset that she was a little girl.
You did this to me. Yeah, she was mad at Louis more than Lestat. Louis was like her homeboy,
I
Louis was the one that did it.
loved her.
Louis was the one that tuned, but Louis turned her.
I understand, but
Yeah.
so you could be Louis. I know, but it was the second book. Okay,
I love the idea of Louis the reluctant vampire. I like that a lot.
I love it. It was so good.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's interesting. What I would, it changes as you get older. When I was like 16, it would all be about just girls. Right? 20s or 30s would be about money.
Wait a second. I thought you were the nerd that didn't get any girls.
Exactly. That's why I would wish for it. I would wish for some fucking Riz, so I'd wish for some game, 20s and 30s would be about money, 40s would be about, it would be about kids, and then it would be just about for my kids for the rest of the time,
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How about you?
I would wish for environmental healing.
Mm.
Like the planet would be healed again. But then it's like I thought about that. And then what if it was like overboard? And then everything else died. Environmental healing means all of
the boss shit.
I know that the human planet.
If you want the planet to heal, humans would disappear in a second.
I know. Yes.
Go on. That's what that was my big issue with the Avengers, right? With the bad guy, with Thanos. Thanos' whole thing was he has to remove half of all of the living things in the universe because they're just eating up all of the resources, right? And he has the gauntlet and all of the Infinity Stones and all that. And so he can snap his fingers and anything he wishes for will come true. So the guy was obviously a fucking sociopath, because why not just wish for double the available resources instead of fucking murdering half of all living things in the universe?
I know.
Just create more resources with your snap of the fingers. But that doesn't.
Then you wouldn't have a good bad guy.
Then you wouldn't have a good movie. Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yes. Can we get to the performance portion of the show? The performance review?
I don't know if I can take it because I know you're probably gonna kick me in the teeth.
No, listen. You are not afraid. You are fearless as a character actress. You are willing to play the masculine roles in an unapologetic masculine way. You played a dumb guy like a fucking dipshit, right? You played the doting mom like the doting mom. You used your voice very skillfully in terms of volume. You didn't try to do an accent. That's when I question things a little bit when you try to do accent. Your accent work needs some fine tuning. Okay. But performance wise, when you go down to a whisper, makes people kind of lean in. That was very, very nice. And just the description of the guy. So a lot of it was the writing, and you didn't overshadow the writing, which is also great. You let the writing kind of speak for itself. With the guy who had to deliver the news, completely apprehensive at the gate, and then he doesn't really want to say it, and then he kind of says it. The wife catches on before the husband. Like, that whole scene was really masterfully written and really, really well performed. So the whole thing was great. Like, I was riveted. I forgot that I was editing because I became just a listener. So it was great. Well done.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Good.
Well, yes, I loved it. I loved it. You should do more of these.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, you should do more of these. Just no accent stuff. Okay.
Georgia Peach.
Oh my God! See, you ruined it. You ruined it. Okay.
I knew the kick in the teeth was coming.
No, really,
somewhere.
really, really well done. Like, I'll be honest. I'm like, I hope there isn't an accent in this.
You know what? It's funny that you don't like my singing, but that's okay. That's okay, because you know what?
Barely singing.
You know what's great, Brandon, is that it gives me a roadmap for how to completely annoy the shit out of you.
Gotcha. I know. I got it. Good. Well done. Yeah, well done. It's trolling. It's excellent. Top notch trolling. Good for you. Well, listen, Nation, if you enjoyed this story corner with Carolyn, please share it.
Oh my gosh, story corner.
Please share it with friends and family, because it is.
I knew you couldn't get through it.
What? I mean, it is definitely worthy. It's definitely worthy.
Masterpiece Theater. There you go.
Definitely worthy of a share and a comment. Let's kick this into the algorithm. Because especially listen to it when you're camping around like a campfire or something. I think that's where this episode should live. So if you're
you should do one. Oh my gosh.
Maybe.
Okay, wait.
Maybe.
And I'd love to hear you with an accent since you've been so supportive. Okay.
But I will re-investigate and rediscover my thick North Jersey accent for everybody.
Okay, no, you need to do something like out of your
I work
comfort
so hard to
zone.
get accent neutral. Every now and then it comes out when I'm angry.
Okay, no, you need to pick a story because I want to hear what story you'd pick. Just
I'll think
do
of something.
it.
Yeah, I'll think of something. Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
cool.
think of something. Well, listen, nation. I hope everyone had a great and safe 4th of July and still have all of their fingers if you were doing backyard fireworks. And happy birthday, America! 250 years of the greatest political and cultural experiment in the history of humanity. So, for all of our faults, there is no place better to live. So, let's make sure that we leave it behind for future generations for another 250 years intact. It's all of our jobs. So, anyway, Carolyn, anything you'd like to add?
Nope.
All right. Until next time, everybody, stay safe out there.
Bye.